What's going on, everybody? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in here. Welcome to the show. Yes. Jomel, find a seat. Find a seat, child. Find a seat. Don't do me today. Jomel, don't do me today. Don't do me. Don't do that. Don't do me today. Jomel, don't do me today. Oh yeah, where's my phone?
Y'all taking your time coming in today.
They always taking their time coming in.
Slowly but surely. Hey, Reese Cup.
Hey, Miss Reese Cup, what's going on? How the baby?
Y'all got a treat today. You getting both of us.
Yes, getting both of the McCray Kings today. Oh, I gotta watch this later.
What?
This a fight in church, child. The girls are fighting in church, child. Joseph. The girls just don't know what to do with themselves. They fighting in church. The pastor can on honey with the little boys.
Shout out to the person in the bushes.
Come on out them bushes. I done told y'all about being in them bushes and messing up my flowers. And if you in the bushes, we have to pick up your garbage.
So then,
having me pay for maintenance. Bushes, we have to pick up your. Y'all know how much landscaping costs to keep the bushes all nice and neat?
You've been here 20 times.
Who?
Reese said yes, and I've been here 20 times looking.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, y'all come on in here. We're going to get started. What time is it? Oh, it's 1:46.
Time to get started.
It's time to get started,
Whether
Joseph. Whether they're here or not, because what did the Lord say? Where there's one.
When there's two or three gathered?
Yes.
But there's a comment up there.
Well, there's 3 comments, so.
It's 3 comments, but okay. There go. That's the theory. Popped up on my phone now.
Oh, okay.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered.
Yes.
In his name, let it be so.
Well, see, the Lord said just for today, where one is gathered.
It's 3. It's you, me, and Reese go.
Okay, well, we're going to do that. Here we go. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Jomel, Jomel, don't do me today. Go on somewhere now.
Sit down. Sit down.
Think you shaved now, honey? You be shaved even more. Reese Cup, do your dog be carrying on like this? Jomel is just
No.
Don't start that. Because you'll go right downstairs in the cage.
Come here. Sit down.
No, he wants some of my cake. Don't come over here.
I know that's what he wants.
Don't come over here. You're not getting any. So you can forget that. You're not getting any of my cake.
You feel you should feel special.
Joseph made the most amazing marble cake.
You liked it?
It was cute. It was nice.
It was all right.
It was good. It wasn't too sweet.
For my first little marble cake.
Yes.
From scratch.
He made it from scratch.
I'm not a baker, y'all.
And yes, he is. He's a baker. He just don't know it. He got it in him, honey. The Lord just ain't blessed him with the hands yet, you know.
Well, you know
what? The Lord's slowly giving it to you.
No, you know what? And that's why I put that on the Amazon list for our wish list.
What's that?
If I had measuring cups, it probably would come out right.
Yeah, because you don't
But
measure.
I just pour. Like, I have like 3 little measuring spoons that I could get away with, because one is half a teaspoon, a teaspoon, and a tablespoon. So normally that's what you use. So I'll get away with like salt and baking powder and baking soda. I can measure that out. But like when it says 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, I'm just pouring till I think.
No, you can't do that, Joseph.
Or if it says a half a cup of milk, I just pour till it gets to the consistency.
You don't know what a cup looks like?
Really, when you're baking, you're supposed to measure properly.
Yeah, but you should know what. I mean, you don't know.
That
like
needs to be clean when we finish.
What's that?
The camera.
Oh, okay.
Because we look fuzzy.
I know. I don't know why.
We don't look because of the camera.
Is that what it is?
To be white.
Okay. Yeah, but You know, they say the basic recipe for a cake is like a cup of flour, no, 2 cups of flour, a cup of sugar, you know, an egg, you know, and there you go, you got a cake.
No, that's the easy part. It's just that I don't measure stuff.
Yeah, because you heavy-handed, Joseph, with everything. You heavy-handed, like when you be cooking.
When it comes to sugar, I really tend to pull back a little because of you. When it comes, and you know, my food has been tasting really, you know, very well.
Well, I want you to try that sweetener that I bought.
That too, but I don't have nothing to measure it out, so that's why I don't know.
It measures just like sugar.
Okay, what am I gonna measure it with?
Huh? No, you use it just like you use regular sugar.
That's why I put it on the Amazon wish list.
Yeah, but Joseph, this is a cup. Like a cup is like.
No, you can't do that when you're baking.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
When I make my biscuits, that's how I do it.
And that's why they be hard like a That's why they be like little hockey pucks.
They are so jealous of my biscuits.
Ooh, Jesus.
Anyway,
hey, Patricia.
That wasn't nice. Hold on for a second. I think that's you whistling. Yeah, that's you whistling.
I don't know. Somebody whistling, child.
The cake is good, Joseph.
This is a treat to give both of us at one time.
Because y'all ain't seen us in a long time together.
In a very long time together.
Yeah, because you know McCray Kingz is on hiatus right now. So, you know, it's up close and personal, and it's Joseph Rant. So, you know, seeing us together is like
you almost bust.
Lord Jesus, he almost fell, Lord.
No, but he almost bust his head.
No, Jomel, you're not getting any of my cake.
Because he was trying to crawl over to your lap.
I know, because he think he gonna get something. You ain't getting none.
Sit down. Sit down.
Go somewhere and sit your little ass down. Jomel is so greedy. Every time he see you eating something, he want it.
If I wasn't quick enough to grab his head before he busted on this thing.
He is too much. But yeah, y'all, Joseph made amazing cake. And, you know, we haven't been on because of the algorithm, number one. And, you know, I haven't been feeling too well. You know, y'all know I'm on this journey trying to quit smoking. And the Chantix I told y'all the Chantix is a psychological drug. It's a medication that they use to help you deter you from smoking. And so, you know, what happens is it just like you be in these moods and stuff. And so I've been like really, really tired lately, like just not wanting to do nothing, you know? So I just been chilling, you know? And then at the same time, I have all these other small projects that I'm working on. Like, for instance, I'm working on our website, which, by the way, will be launched on July 1st. I'm trying to get that ready. And then, you know, with the website and then the new store, the new online store that we have, it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. Joseph, you said there was something that you wanted to talk about.
I put the link to the wish list. Oh, that's coming. It's part of the topic.
Okay.
Because I just think that it's really... I'll tell you.
Is there any other like news and hot topics or anything like that?
Other than I missed my walk today.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't because the person that I walk with had something to do. So I might take Jomo out later on and just walk around the park over there. Because it's not fair to him. Because he looks forward to our little walks now that we do them.
Yeah, he needs to learn how to walk.
No, and I look forward to him too, to be honest. Because I enjoy them. It gives me hey Tanika. You're not late.
Hey,
you're not late at all. But I look forward to my little walk. So I probably will take him out later and we'll walk around my little park that's here and come back home.
Oh, okay.
Because I miss it. I enjoy it. Because Monday was like extremely hot in the morning. So Jomel was for it. He's like, I ain't got all this hair on me no more, so I'm good. But his dogs was like, one of his dogs was just like, I'm done. And sat Sat down in the shade. Oscar sat down in the shade.
That is so funny when you see a dog walking, and all of a sudden they sit down like, child,
I'm done.
I'm not
honey,
moving.
It's hot, girl. I don't know what you thought bringing me out here in this heat. So he had to carry Oscar back. And I looked at Joe Mel and said, don't you even think I'm carrying you, fatty.
Okay.
And then he picked up his other dog. So he got 2 dogs walking with him to the car. I was like, Joe Mel, child, you better keep walking.
Yeah, he needed
Joe Mel was a trooper. No, but seriously, he was a trooper. When he had all that fur, when we was walking, I could tell he was tired. By him not now having no fur, he was cool.
Bye.
And plus he's white. So he, you know, white reflects the heat as opposed to being dark and absorbing the heat. So he was good. And then he got some water because he gave his dog some water. And then Joe Mel, of course, knows he was sticking his head in the bowl, getting him some water. So
yeah,
he enjoyed it. He's coming around to the dogs because when they saw him, they thought he was a completely different dog.
Yeah,
they started barking and growling at him. I was like, just let them smell him and realize it's the same dog.
Yeah.
So he's coming around though.
Well, that's good.
Because you know how shady he is when it comes to animals.
Yeah, I know. I'm loving this new show that's on BET called Encore. You've been watching it. Have you been following it?
I've been watching it. It's okay. I mean, for what it is.
Them 2 girls from Cherish, they are fierce, child. Them 2
I don't
girls
see how. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't see how they going to make a girl group with that many girls. Like,
well, I don't think it's meant to be a girl group that's going to like last, like, you know, like they're going to be around. I think this is just a project.
I think they were trying to do like the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, they wanted to do the world's first Supergirl group, and I think this is just a project where these girls do this album once.
I mean, they would be the first because they had girls from other girl groups, but the Pussycat Dolls really was the first girl group that had like 8 girls.
This is the first girls. This is the first Supergirls group, because what they did was, the objective was to take these powerhouse girls from these different groups that were platinum selling groups and put them all together and see if they could do a project together. That was the whole objective of it.
With the exception of Pam and the twins and Nivea. All the rest of them was backup singers.
Right, but they were still in a group. They were in a platinum selling group.
Right, but
you know, because when you really look at it, had it not been for some of these girls, these groups wouldn't have been platinum selling group, because you had that. You got to listen. When you have a girls group, you got to have a lead singer and you got to have good harmony. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily like. Let's say if they did a Supergirl group and they put all the lead singers together, that would be a Supergirls group.
But see, then you could call it that, because then you have a bunch of powerhouse singers. My thing with that is with girl groups is 9 times out of 10, the lead singer is who you hear in the harmonies and the melodies in the background. Right. For instance, SWV. When Coco veered off onto her own, her whole album sounded like an SWV album. Right. Even though it was a Coco album. Right. And that's because Lily and Taj barely got an opportunity to even sing the background. Right, but they still were in the background and they did their parts, and they were they did good. But that's why when I was singing and people wanted me, I was like, no, honey, I'm a headliner. See, I was in a group. I'm not a background. I was in a group. So, you know, I was the lead singer of my group, right? But both of the guys that I was in the group with, they could sing just as good as me. Like David. If you listen to one of my songs, if you listen to the song, the backup, David, that's David. He can sing. Now, he sings, honey. In my opinion, he sings better than me. God rest his soul. But he sings better than me. So you have people that are in powerhouse groups that are not necessarily the lead singer that can sing. Like, a lot of people remember when SWV came out, a lot of people was like, SWV, you know, Taj and Lily really can't sing. Until they did the next album, and then Taj did the lead on that song "Use Your Heart." Yeah, and they discovered that Taj could really sing, and then when they did Cosign, they really discovered that
Lily can sing as well.
I know it's not the
you
big
have
sing.
no. I didn't. I know you didn't say it, but what I'm saying is that the objective of this show was to put girls that were in powerhouse groups
to the forefront.
You know, and powerhouse groups, put them together to make one Supergirl group. They weren't looking at, well, she was the lead singer and she was, you know, they wasn't looking at it. They was just looking at the fact that these girls were in platinum selling groups and they wanted to put them together to do this project. And I don't think this group is meant to stay together because, like, for instance, the girls from Cherish, her sister just signed $1 million deal with RCA. So, and one of the other girls, she's a writer. She writes for one of the major record labels. So I don't think that this is a project that they're going to be together for good. This is just a project that they're doing, and that's really it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's a good show. Them girls from Cherish, honey, they Shade Fest. They are the essence of Shade Fest, honey. Let me tell you something about these little young girls. These little young, you young people. You know what? I don't have no problem with young people. Mm-hmm. The only problem that I have with young people is that they're disrespectful in their goddamn spirit, Joseph.
It should be on BET on demand.
What?
Encore, because it comes on BET. So
comes on tonight.
On BET's on demand.
Yeah, it comes on tonight at 8 p.m.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. But that's the only problem I have with young people. Young people, I applaud what y'all are doing these days, but y'all are young people are so disrespectful. They want to call us old. They want to call us, y'all ain't, y'all days is gone and all this other stuff. Like they want to put us out to pasture or some shit.
But see, you feel that way now because you are the old person, but we did the same thing.
No, I didn't. I always pay homage to those that were before me. I always did.
I wasn't as no. I'm saying I wasn't
as narcissistic as some of these kids are.
But I kind of felt you had your moment. Let me live mine.
See, and y'all, what you got to understand, Joseph, is I grew up in the music industry. My dad was a musician. My dad was a singer. So I had, and because I'm an artist, I have a bigger appreciation for music. I'm not cocky about. See, a lot of these artists, a lot of these young people are so cocky and arrogant about what they do and how they walk and how they step, and that's the problem. It's like Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim. You know what it was? It wasn't who's the best rapper. It was it might have been about that for Nicki Minaj, but for Lil Kim, it was about respect. Lil Kim said, this girl can rap. She can rap. She's very talented. She's going places. She's doing this. She's doing that. She's doing this. She's doing that. But
you're stealing my style.
It wasn't even about her stealing her style. It was about the respect of it all.
Right.
See, because before Lil Kim had to give homage to MC Lyte because Kim basically mimicked what MC Lyte was doing, but she stepped it up a different. Right. She stepped it up a little bit.
But that's what I'm saying.
It was about respect.
Respect. It was about because Nicki Minaj don't rap.
Because back in the day, if you would do the thing that
I
love,
rap styles, they totally different.
But the thing that I love about back in the day, and I go back to this all the time. The one thing about back in the day is we had unity, and I think it was because we had to. In a sense, we had to have unity because we was fighting for hip hop and to be in the forefront, on the platform. We was fighting for that. We were fighting for our rights as Black people. We were fighting to be for our recognition and things like that. But if Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, Eve, all those girl rappers, they was friends. They wasn't fighting like these girls be fighting. Like Remy fighting with Nicki Minaj.
But even
these girls wasn't fighting with one another like these girls fight today.
Even the little quote unquote beefs they had was nothing like this.
Right. It wasn't nothing like this. It was.
But I think this because today is too easy to do stuff.
But why does it always have to be about a fight?
You and me can sit here and make an album.
Yeah. But why does it always have to be? See, this is the thing that I don't understand about y'all young people. Y'all young people love to fight. They love to fight. This one is better than this one. Who taught them this? I guess we did.
Well, no, because they don't believe in competition. But see, that's the part that blows my mind. Schools and everything else don't want them to be part of the competition. But then when they get out in the real world, they make
become
everything a competition.
Everything a competition, yes.
So where are they getting it from?
Even in the workplace,
everywhere. That everything is a competition.
Everywhere.
No matter how you try to stop it, it's going to be a competition. And that's just the way life is.
Yeah.
And someone is going to always be better than someone, regardless of what it is, whether it's money-wise, whether it's clothes-wise, whether it's whatever. Somebody's always going to be on top. And even if you take that away, it doesn't mean that I should say if you don't acknowledge it, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. For example, my sister never wanted to teach my niece about black and white. It was just people. She decided white was better. And then we had to go and undo that. Thank God now that she's older, she has a whole different perception of that. Thank you, Jesus. But
yeah, because your niece is white. She's a white girl.
Thank you, Jesus.
She's a white girl sucking a black girl's body. Yes, she is.
No, she's changing.
Really?
Yes. I told you that new area would do it. But,
that's
all of that. Right.
She's seeing both cultures.
It's not a problem seeing both cultures. But when you put in your head that one is better than the other, when you're not being even taught that, that shows you what media and mainstream does. And that's why I get so enraged.
It's like separatism.
When I see commercials with a white man and a black man, like, why can't it be two black men? Even the Amazon one, it goes by quickly, but that Amazon Prime Day commercial have two men in the pool. One is white, one is black. And I'm like, why does it always have to be that? Why does it always have to be that? Why can't we love one another?
That's what the media wants. That's what
because
media
that's what
wants
media
us
wants
to
it to look like. Black men can't love each other. The black love don't exist. Or they'll throw a black man with a white woman. Or a black woman with a white man. And it's like, why?
And then they throw in these little mulatto kids or kids that are mixed. Or kids like that
you know damn well they wouldn't have because they don't even look mixed. They just white. And I'm like, okay, I never saw black and white make white. That I mean, it could happen. Anything could happen in the gene pool.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say it can't happen because anything can happen when you a gene pool child.
The battle ain't yours, it's the Lord's.
It's the Lord's. Honey, when them X and Y's and Y's and X's and X's and X's get together, honey, they can do whatever the hell they want.
The Lord says white, honey, it's white.
Right.
It look white, whatever. He'll just put a little cream on it, like like a little cream in the coffee.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
But that kind of leads to what we're talking about today.
It kind of does, but we're gonna what we're getting into is really deep today because Joseph, the conversation needs to be had. And as I tell y'all all the time, we will never be able to come together as a people or enjoy the fruits of our evolution because we have evolved and we have arrived, and people don't know it. Black people don't know that we have arrived, that we have evolved. We are the majority in this country. We will never be able to come together and enjoy the fruits of that until we sit down and have a lot of these hard conversations. And one of the conversations that we having today is about the gay agenda in the Black community and how non-existent it is, how things may have changed. Now, y'all may see things have changed in the media world and in the world as far as the way people look at gay men and being homosexual and things like that. Y'all see that in the media, but really in the Black community, it's not moved. It's not moved because our trans sisters, our gay brothers and sisters are still getting killed and beaten, teased and ridiculed in the streets, not only by their friends, their peers, their family members, and the Black community. And nothing is being done. I posted something on Facebook last week about what happened to young Tyler. Now, if y'all ain't seen my video that I did on the Atlanta boy that was beaten, and his head was shaved by his family members, and they wrote gay in his head. If y'all didn't see that video, y'all need to go and see it. And congratulations, Joseph, we got 1K. Hey, we got 1K on that video. But this is, listen, as disgusted as I was by it, It's something that happens every day.
It's the reality that happens.
It's something that happens every day. Y'all just don't see it in social media. Kids get beat by their family members, by their parents. They get thrown out on the streets just because they said, I'm gay. It happens every day. For some reason, we as Black people have been conditioned to believe if we beat something out of somebody or we toss something away, it's going to go away. And what I'm telling y'all is this, is y'all can beat, y'all can ridicule, y'all can tease, y'all can kill, whatever you want to do. Just because you do that, don't mean there ain't going to be no gay people. The church, y'all can sit, y'all can tell us we going to hell and we committing a sin and lying and saying that the Bible say that being gay is a sin. Y'all can tell all those lies y'all want to.
See,
it ain't gonna make us stop being gay.
That was what I wanted to talk about in this mix. And since we here, it's quick. It's nothing really to even.
Yeah, we're gonna keep y'all long.
But for me, I think it's very stupid when I went into this guy's live, and I want to say he was Arabic. I want to say I don't know. So I really don't know if he was Arabic. I don't know what it was, but I know he wasn't speaking English. Mm. His title was Praying with My Twin Flame. So I know what twin flames are because I'm into tarot readings and stuff like that. So I know what a twin flame is versus a soulmate versus, stuff like that. So I'm like, how's he praying with his twin flame? So I'm thinking it's going to be two of them there, but there's a picture of a man behind him. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's who he's saying his twin flame is, and he's talking into the microphone and whatever he's saying, because I don't know what he's saying. But what caught my attention, honestly, I probably would have went in and left out. But what caught my attention was the quote-unquote Christian sitting there typing many booklets about follow Jesus. Jesus is the only answer. If you don't choose the Lord, thus saith the Lord this and thus saith. And I'm sitting there going, are you serious right now? Most of the 265 people watching him probably don't even speak English. You sitting here, that was the only person typing in the thing. And I'm sitting there going, okay, so you doing all of this to do what? Right. What is this doing for somebody? Like, that's the part I don't get. Y'all always want to convert somebody to Christianity. You always want to change somebody's mind. And all you end up doing is pissing people off. That ain't what God was about.
That's it.
It's the Bible that I read was Jesus went where he went, did what he did. And then people said, I want some of that. I want to be a part of that. But the way y'all do it, don't nobody want to be nothing. Don't nobody want to be a part of y'all. And only, honestly, and I'm going to say this, and I don't really care who gets mad at me. The only people who really get brainwashed by the church are really broken people.
Yeah.
Because they feel something, because they feel God, and they feel his presence. And because they so broken, that's why they get when they do find Christ and they really find it, they just get so embedded in it. They be like, you just gotta be a part of it. You gotta be a part of it. And if you ain't a part of it, and this is my question to you, Joseph. Why do people think that God is about punishment? I just had a conversation.
Why did everybody think that if you don't follow God, then you should die? How do you get that in one sentence? Because a lot of people will say, death be unto you.
Well, I know somebody who thinks that everything that happens to them in their life is a test from God.
Yeah.
And they don't want to fail the test. I say, and this is why you're miserable.
Yeah.
Because you if that's the case, then God put you through more tests than he put Job through. And who are you?
Right.
And they was like, you know what? You're right. Why does every bad thing in your life have to be a test from God? Why can't
it be a circumstance that you caused yourself?
What kills me is everything that goes wrong is the devil. Did you ever stop to think that maybe you fucked up? That you made a bad decision?
Right.
That had you not did what the fuck you did, it wouldn't be the way it's turning out.
You better preach.
The devil ain't had shit to do with it. You did.
Right.
But you want somebody to blame because that's what we do. as a people.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you what people, because I only speak about the people that I know, because I can't speak about
we always
nobody
saying
else,
the devil is a lie.
black.
The devil is a lie.
I'm black, so I can only speak about black people.
Right.
And I watch some of y'all fuck up shit. And then when the devil made me, the devil ain't make you do shit, bitch. You did it because you wanted to do it. Period, point blank. And it pisses me off when people keep doing that.
I had a friend, her son had came home from school. You know, he had got sent home from school because he was fighting in school. And you know, his mother, when he got home, she was like yelling at him and stuff like that. And she was like, what makes you, I don't understand what makes you act like this. And he was like, the devil made me do it. Because his mother said, you know what? In this house, we serve God. So I'm gonna open up this door and I'm gonna get this belt. And I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat the damn devil out your ass. And the devil is getting the hell out of my house right now. And she woke his ass the hell out. Okay, that's how you get rid of the damn devil. That's how you get rid of him.
I can't. Everything is the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. Well, it's the devil. The devil is, first of all, and I'm jumping because things are just popping in my head and I'm jumping. But let me ask you a question. Why would you make a choice to be different from everybody else,
right?
Everything else,
right?
Why would you make a choice to be different? Why would you make a choice?
That's a bold choice
to be other than who you are, other than what you were.
It's a bold choice
to be laughed at, to be talked about, to be ridiculed,
to be beat.
Make sense to me.
To put your life in danger.
You can end up homeless. You don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But you made this choice to be different because the devil made me do it.
Mm-hmm. The only choice that we make is to come out.
Well, I was told that this is a phase.
I keep getting told this is a lifestyle.
I was told by a family member. It's a phase. That I'm just having a phase.
We married is a phase.
So now that I'm married,
it's a phase,
and I'm 50 years old, I want to know if I'm still going through a phase, or are you going to finally come to grips with the fact that I am who I am?
Is you acting out? You must be acting out. Because that's what a phase is. You know, they say, oh, just let the kids he's just acting out. Just let him act it out.
Then I had a conversation with them and said, why couldn't I be born this way? And they hit me with, because God don't make mistakes. And I hit them with, okay, well, what about the baby with one arm? Mm-hmm. What about, babies that are born with no hearts?
Why is it so hard for the black community to believe?
The audacity to tell me? The mother did something. I said, you know how many women will fuck you up right now? That didn't do nothing, that went to the doctor, that did what she was supposed to do, and her baby still came out messed up. And you know how many women will fuck you up right now if you said that?
Right.
Because you just so ignorant into the Bible that you.
And you know what? I hate to say it.
Why is it a mistake?
I hate to say it. It's just the black community. The black community is the most ignorant of it all when it comes to you living in your own skin and being yourself, regardless whether it's gay or whatever. The black community is the most ignorant when it comes to people living in their own skin, being transparent and being themselves.
Get on the floor.
The black community, and it sucks. You know what it is. I'm 53 years old. It's getting so tired. It's getting so tired, Joseph. I've endured this my whole entire life. I've seen it my whole entire life. This is like for me, what happened to Tyler shouldn't be something. It should be something that I should be like super shocked by.
Right.
But I'm not. No, I'm not. Because my father, once upon a time, there was a brother named Tramel, and his father asked him, he said, Tramel, are you that way? My father couldn't say the word. He couldn't say, are you gay? He said, are you that way? And I said, what are you talking about? He said, you know what I'm talking about. He said, are you that way? I said, if you're talking about am I gay, then yes, I am. I ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks because my father beat the hell out of me. He beat the hell. So I was Tyler. My father beat the hell out of me. And then I came home to all of my clothes. I came home to all of my clothes being in garbage bags and sitting on the front porch. And my father said, you can't stay here no more. You can't stay here no more. I was homeless. I was walking the streets. I was sleeping in buildings. Okay? So I was Tyler. I was Tyler at 17 years old. I was Tyler. So,
but what I don't understand.
And you know what, then my father said he loved me. I'm like, you love me? For real? For real, you love me? You love me, but you just put me out on the street. You don't know what the hell is gonna happen to me. Anything can happen to me. You just put me out on the street.
But see that the ignorance behind that is, if I make him homeless, he'll change.
Right.
It's not going to change anything. It's you just.
Well, see, it didn't happen that quick for me. See, my father, I did stay with my father for a little while.
I'm saying,
but let me tell you what he did. No, this is important because this is what my father did. He went on this. He was on this program to just change me. Okay. Right. I mean, anytime a guy would call my house, he would tell him I don't live there. Sometimes guys would call and he would ask some questions and he would be like, oh, he's out with another boy or something like that, figuring that he would make the other guy get jealous and not speak to me. You know, he gave me a curfew. I wasn't allowed to be out no later than I had to be in the house by midnight. I was not allowed to be around a whole bunch of guys. I wasn't allowed to have no guys at my house. None of my friends were allowed to come to my house anymore. And he just went on this tangent to try to change me.
And you married to a man.
And today I'm married to a man.
But what I don't understand is, like my grandmother lived her life. Once she became saved, honey, another broken person, very broken. I'm not gonna lie, my grandmother was a broken woman. And when she became saved, honey, every verbatim, whatever that Bible says, she did. She told the Lord she would never cut her hair, and she ain't never cut her hair, child.
Really?
That's how my grandmother was. I'm just giving you that so you can understand.
My grandmother was like that too, yeah.
But my grandmother also knew something ain't right with little JoJo. I keep catching little JoJo in the closet with boys. So let me just go ahead and pray for him. Because as long as I don't ask and I don't ask questions.
But you said she used to pop you in the mouth all the time.
I know what I know.
Get out from there, boy.
I know what I know, but I don't know it. And I appreciate her for that. Now, there was one time when my sister told her I was getting married. And she said, getting married to who? And Tracy said, a woman. And she was like, child, if JoJo marry a woman, he got to leave all them boys alone. So, it wasn't like she was stupid to the fact. But it was that she loved me no matter what. Even though she was into the Bible the way she... But
that's what she was supposed to do, Joseph.
That's my point. Even though she was into the Bible the way she was,
and she may not have agreed with your life, right. but she still loved her. You was her grandchild.
She loved me to death. They all know I'm her favorite. They won't admit that, but they know that I'm her favorite. And she just, because after her kids...
I see those pictures of her holding you.
No, because after her kids were all grown, even though I'm not the first, I'm the third grandchild, but I'm the first grandchild that she actually was able to keep. Because my mother, when I say keep, I mean like during the week and raise me while my mother went to work, and then my mother come get me on the weekends and stuff like that. So it was like, to her, I was special. I was like her child all over again. Mm-hmm. So she knew. Stop it, boy. She knew, but it was very unspoken. It was like, as long as I don't ask him, as long as he don't tell me, I really don't know. And some people need to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Why do you have to know?
I wish I had grown up like that. Like, I wish that I grew up having just the love and the support of my family, but I didn't. I wish I could say that. I really can't. I really do wish I could say that. I was just, I was like you. I was a flamboyant little kid, and I got the flip side of what you got.
I was outside jumping double dutch, cheering.
I got a beating for doing stuff like that. I used to do stuff like that, but if my father caught me, I would get a beating. My father would beat the hell out of me. My mother would beat the hell out of me. And see, even when we got engaged, you saw what my mom did.
See, you know what? I don't know. Honestly, to be truthful with you, and I'm gonna be truthful. I don't know what my mother would have did if she saw that. My grandmother paid it. She just let me be me. My mother, on the other hand, I don't know if because I acted different around my mother than my grandmother. Tracy can contest to this because she did too.
Right.
With my grandmother, we just was free to be us and be whatever. When we was around my mother, it was we knew she was the stern one. She was the one that wasn't having the bullshit.
Oh, your mom.
So right. So we acted different.
I get what you're saying.
Around my mother than my grandmother.
Like I used to act different around my father versus the way I act around my mother. Yeah.
She might have saw me playing with dolls and didn't say nothing. But I think if she would have seen the whole gamut of what I was doing, she might have said something. I don't know. So I never asked her that. So I don't know. There's a lot of things I asked my mother before she died. Like if I was to get married and stuff like that she gave me answers to. And then like when I asked her, I said, why did you let my uncle sit and tell you that I need to do this and I need to do that and you don't need to let him do this? And I heard the conversation. She didn't know I heard it. And I'm like, you didn't defend me. You didn't say, mind your business. That's my son. You sat there and let them say whatever the hell they wanted. And my feelings was hurt because as my mother, I wanted you to defend me and tell them to shut the fuck up and mind their business. I said, but I didn't like them. I didn't want to be bothered with them. I didn't because I was like, I know how you feel about me, so fuck you.
I didn't like none of my family.
And it was like, my cousins was fine.
None of my cousins was fine.
Even though
I didn't like none of them. I didn't like
there was a few that I knew
because they were all mean to me.
Wasn't on board. Oh no, see, you wasn't. You already know.
All my cousins were mean to me. They all teased me.
Mean to me.
My cousins,
nobody gonna tease.
And see, I was looked at as the crazy one because I always had to fight. You know, my cousins would say stuff to me, and then when I would fight them, they would go and they would lie and say, "Well, I didn't do nothing to him. He just started. He just hit me." You know, and so everybody in my family thought I was the crazy one. I was the one that needed a psychiatrist. My mother and father actually took me to a psychiatrist to try to figure out what was wrong with me. What was wrong? Why is he acting like this? Why is he, acting feminine? My
mother apologized to me for not taking me to therapy when I got molested. Because I guess she felt it might have helped me in some way after I talked to her and told her that I went on my own when I was grown. My sister says I was a bully.
Well, imagine having to keep yours to yourself. I was a bully. I was a bully too. I was a bully. I used to bully kids. I was a bully,
but I was a bully because after I was molested, I felt nobody would ever take advantage of me ever again. So my reaction was to fight. It
was power to me. To me, it was power.
You're going to do what I say, and you're going to do it how I say it. Right. And if it's not done that way, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
But that attitude took me through adulthood, and I would treat adult people the same way. Like I would just haul off and punch a bitch in the face. And
yeah, me too. I cut a girl. I cut a girl in a minute.
Do that when you get angry at somebody for not moving the way you want them to move.
Right.
But I would warn them. I'll tell them, you better leave me alone because I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah, and I was very that.
Because I was always, you know me, Tremel. I'm always laughing. I'm always joking. I'm always fun. When I get mad, I get this whole different Tremel.
Yeah, you get this whole different look.
Whole different look over me. Like this.
And you be looking like,
bitch, it's about to go down.
It's about to go down, honey. And all the furniture, everything.
But I don't like getting like I had to learn to control that. That's why when Tremel tells me he's bipolar, that's why I try to get him to control it. Because honestly, I probably am too. I just ain't never been diagnosed with it.
You are. But you're bipolar.
I learned to control myself. I learned that I can't have that reaction all the time.
Well, believe it or not, a lot of people don't need therapy or medication to control their bipolar disorder. You just have to learn how to have some self-control. If you have self-control, you don't need all that. You don't need the medication and all that stuff. But
sometimes, some people,
sometimes. With me, I need medication, child. I need medication and therapy, honey. My therapist really works on me, honey.
Child.
In a minute, child.
One day I thought he was gonna bust the TV, and I said, "Go ahead,
zero,
you still got paid."
Zero. I go from 0 to 10,000 five
was
seconds.
Bust windows in the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're gonna be cold.
I'm very that child.
It's snowing outside, and you want to bust the window.
And you know it's so funny, Joseph. I don't know.
That?
Why these things come to my mind. Like the first day, child. I remember I was with this one dude, and he went to sleep while I was talking to him. I took a hammer and bust every window in the goddamn house. I said, "Goddamn it!" I said, "If you gonna go to," I said, "Ain't nobody gonna be comfortable in this house." It was snowing. It was cold outside.
Stuff, I'll be standing there like, I know you don't think I'm cleaning this up. You made this mess. You clean it up, because I'm not. And I ain't gonna lie, he will clean up his little mess.
Cleans it up, man.
He will then be sitting there going, "Why did I do this?
Yeah.
Why did I break this?"
Yeah.
I swear one day I thought he was gonna break the TV in the living room. Because he was getting ready to, then he thought about it.
You know what I think it is? It's from my childhood. And I tell you that it's from my childhood. See, in my childhood, I always had to fight. I'm Miss Sophia child. All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my cousins. I had to fight my sisters. I had to fight. Like, because people, like my sister, you can't imagine what it feels like as a child to be called a faggot every 5 minutes. You faggot, you black this, you black that, you faggot, you faggot, you faggot. I mean, every 5 minutes. And if it wasn't by my cousins and my sisters, it was my mother and my father. You can't imagine how that hurts your heart. I used to cry and I used to feel my heart bleed. That's how bad it hurt. It hurts when you outside with a whole bunch of kids and don't nobody want to play with you because of who you are. You just being you. It hurts. Do y'all know what it feels like to be emotionally hurt? It hurts. That shit hurt, Joseph. My childhood was tumultuous. Not just because I was a little queen, honey. Not just because I was a little queen.
Get out your mouth.
It was because of the color of my skin. Do y'all understand this? People used to tease me because of this, because I was so dark.
Get down.
Our girls would come up to me and say, "You so black. You so black and crispy." That was I'm like, where did they all go to the same school? Because that's what they used to call girls. Girls used to be so, I hated girls because they were so mean to me. And I hated boys even more. And that's why I talk about what I talked about on that live. Y'all don't know. And y'all, and you ladies, y'all better wake up. Because these brothers out here, they fooling y'all asses. Because the ones that sit there and call us all these names and shit like that, they're the ones that be in our bedrooms.
You see, I got it in reverse. I was always the little fat boy. So nobody, not that they didn't want to play with me, they would always pick me last because nobody wanted little fat JoJo to run because they thought I couldn't run all they did was motivate me to be better. Because anything you told me, and even now to this day, I'm the same way.
Yeah, if you tell me can't do something,
that I can't do something, I'm going to do it to prove you wrong. Yeah. I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care whatever. That's what that did to me.
Like when he had the stroke, he said, "Tramel, I'm going to walk about my mother's birthday.
I'm going to do it." And I'm going to
And he was walking about his mother's birthday.
Because ain't nobody going to tell me I can't do something or I'm not going to be able to do something because I'm going to prove you wrong. That's one of the things that I love about you so much is that you are just... But it was from my childhood because it was... People told me I couldn't do this. When I first went to a club and I was like, what are they doing? Voguing, child, you too fat to do that. And then I'm winning trophies for being fat, doing that, beating the skinny girls and stuff like that. You're not going to tell me what I can and can't do. I just never bought into that in my life. You're not going to. I don't know what you know.
Jomel, stop it.
I just never brought into that in my life. Nobody's going to tell me what I'm not going to do because I'm going to show you what I am going to do and what I am going to be able to do. But it was the same. I just had it in reverse from you. I was always a little fat boy, so a little fat boy. I was so glad you can't made fun of me. They talked about me, and it was like either I was going to sit there and let that happen, or I was going to figure out a way to stock it back to them.
You can't imagine how happy I was to leave home You can't even imagine how happy I was when I got my first place, and I was able to do what I wanted to do, to be who I want. You can't imagine how happy I was. I was the happiest person, and I didn't even know what to do with myself, child. When I got my first apartment, and I know a lot of people can attest to this. When I got my first apartment, I took off all my clothes and was walking around naked for 2 days. I was, Joseph. I walked around the house naked for 2 days. 2 days, cooked and everything, child, naked, butt naked. Got in the shower, got out the shower, butt naked for 2 days.
I ain't gonna tell you what I did, because I got tired of my mother telling me I couldn't bring boys to the house. So, child, that was the first thing I did. Was have an overnight gas.
For real. Let me tell you something. But y'all, let me tell y'all, the Black community, y'all got a lot of catching up to do. You got a lot of catching up to do when it comes to the gay agenda. And listen, it shouldn't even be an agenda. It shouldn't be a topic. It shouldn't be a subject. We should just be allowed to be ourselves, period, point blank. We shouldn't have to walk down the street and worry about one of y'all brothers jumping on us. We shouldn't have to worry about our mothers beating us or shaving our heads off and writing gay on it. We shouldn't have to worry about stuff like that. This boy is 10 years old. 10.
But I'm going to say this, and I need for all y'all to hear this, to bring this back to a friend and let them bring it to a friend and let them bring it to a friend. It's a sad state of affairs when a Black man can only be a thug. We can't be a nerd. We can't be a skater boy. We can't be emo. We can't be anything that we may want to be, because we have to be this thug. That's the only thing a Black boy can be. If he's not a thug and ready to fight, but yet you don't want the police killing your sons, but you raising them to be exactly what the police are going after.
Right.
Make that make sense for me.
Right.
You don't want the police killing your sons, and you want to be Black Lives Matter all the time, but yet you want to raise your sons to be exactly what the police is going after.
Right.
Make that make sense.
When he cries, you want to beat him.
When he cries, you want to beat him. When he plays with a doll, oh my God.
You want to beat him. You want to beat the hell out of him with the doll and everything else.
You won't let this man be whoever he may want to be, because he has to be a thug. You done had 3 sons and all of them are walking in the street as a thug, but then you upset that the cops done arrested all 3 of them and that they done got shot, and but you raised them to be that way. You told them that that's what they had to be.
You know what my mother told me? She was so mad at me when she found out I was gay. She said because she was scared for me. She was scared for me. You wasn't scared for me. She was scared of how the world was going to treat me, how I was going to turn out in the world. Look at me.
No,
I turned out. You think I turned out okay?
No, I think a lot of parents are embarrassed that their child is gay. But why are you embarrassed?
I think she was embarrassed. I told her she was embarrassed. Oh, I wasn't embarrassed. You're my son. I love you. No, you were embarrassed, honey. No, it wasn't about me. It was about you and how you felt.
My mother gave me instructions on how to be gay. When I finally came out and told her, she told me what kind of gay I could be, what kind of gay I could be, and what kind of gay I couldn't be. Because she ain't accepting this type of gay. Yeah. But she'll accept this type of gay. Right. And I said, make that make sense to me.
My mother used to say, you can go to that gay parade if you want to in New York, but I just better not see you on TV.
I would tell my mother that all the time. Mom, I'm going to the gay parade and I'm going to get on TV and say, hi, Becky.
My mother used to have I kid you not, every year my mother would have a talk with me. She would be like, Tramel, please don't embarrass the family. If the camera comes up to you, run. And believe it or not, when I used to go to pride parades back in the day, there were plenty of us from Jersey. When the cameras would come, we would be like, we would do this. We would be, no. We did not want it because our parents.
Not me, honey. I was waiting.
Our parents would like, this one dude, he messed around and got on the news. And his mother and father threw him out. They took his college money. They stopped paying for college, everything, because somebody in the church had saw him on the news. Somebody had called his mama and told his mama that she saw him on the news at the pride parade. This is what happens in the Black community. This is what happens. What y'all think? Y'all think it's gonna go away?
Y'all think it's just like somebody being obese and you telling them, you sitting up there ridiculing them and telling them, you calling them fat. You fat this, you fat. You think just because you calling them fat, they're gonna stop eating? They're gonna stop eating. They just ain't gonna eat in front of you.
Or they gonna eat more.
It's the same thing with being gay. We ain't gonna stop being gay. We just gonna stop being gay in front of you. That's what we had to do, right? I had to stop being gay in front of you because we had to stop the people that didn't like me. And that's how I learned to not be around people that don't like me. And to this day, I'm like that. If you don't like me, you ain't got to worry about me, honey. You ain't got to worry about me ever being. If I find out that you're in my presence, you're gonna be there, honey. I won't be there. I'm not gonna be there. And that's how we had to be. It was kind of like the Underground Railroad or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like the Underground Railroad because we had a secret. You know, we had Gaydar. We used to be able to tell who was who. Like, you know, you knew a Miss Thing, honey, when you saw Miss Thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, girl. Or if you didn't want to be what they call spooked, you didn't want the girls. Don't make eye contact, and don't let that queen over there catch you know, spook your tea. Don't let nobody spook your tea. But y'all got a lot to learn. But see, we got to break this some shit. We got to break down. You see, y'all, a lot of y'all black people in the black community, y'all hypocrites, especially the men. The men are very, very hypocritical. They'll sit there and they'll talk about us and call us names, you faggot this and you that, and call us all these different kind of names, but then they'll slip us their number. They'll slip us their number and they'll say, give me a call later. And they be in your bedroom on their stomach, wanting you to poke their back out. And you to dig their back out, honey. And most thugs, this is a well-known fact, most thugs that be on the corner with their pants hanging off their ass are bottoms. Did I say something wrong, Joseph? Did I tell a lie?
No.
Most thugs, the boys that y'all be all up in their face and they be getting your hair done and your nails done and all that shit, most of them are bottoms. Most of them want to get poked in their ass.
And then they let the most feminine
of feminine girls, honey, climb up on their back, honey. That's just a little tip for you girls. So you girls watch out for that.
Is that why y'all don't like black trans women?
That's why they don't like black trans women.
That's who they're going to.
That's who they're going to. They like the trans women to climb on their back. They love that. They love that. That's one of their biggest fantasies. Ask T.S. Madison. She ain't got no shame about it.
And we see you right. It ain't gonna go away till people have conversations.
No, it's not. It's not gonna go away. People need to have. And listen, you people
and
that
please
have something against black, you black people that have something against somebody being gay. Y'all got this. The one thing y'all gotta understand. You can't do nothing about it.
Please do me a favor. Please don't say, "Oh, I'm black and I don't have." No, you have gay friends. You sound like a white person that says, "I'm not racist. I have black friends."
Right.
No, because let's think about it. What happens? A lot of women are guilty of this. When the gay that you know, see, and I'm gonna say the gay because that's how y'all consider us. We're your gay, like we're an accessory or a handbag. We're your gay.
The gays.
Don't move the way you want him to move.
Then we all kind of names.
We everything under the sun. Oh, I don't believe it. You want to tell every man that we said we thought he was
ready
cute,
to fight us.
Say he was cute. You want to fight us. Let's start with the "you'll never be a woman" and da da da. Like all of us want to be women. Why is that
women's go-to?
I'm like, no, girl. Either you my friend and you're gonna treat me like that, or you are a fake one.
And that's another tip. All black gay men don't want to be women. Don't want to be women. So y'all women that, because my cousin Monica used to do that. She was legendary for doing that in front of my friends. Y'all want these. She would pull out her breasts and she would like bounce her titties in front of us and stuff. Or she would pull down her pants and show us her little mooch. and say, y'all want this. This is what y'all want. No, we don't. We don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want a punani.
See, that's the problem.
I don't want
the thing
titties.
women don't understand. I don't need that to get the man that you got.
Exactly.
Because if I had that, he wouldn't want me. Because then I'd be equal to you.
Mm-hmm. Y'all need to watch
The
Pose.
reason why he wants me is because I'm not equal.
They need to watch that episode of Pose when Electra went and got her.
Why do you think a lot of transsexual women keep what they have? Because that's why men want them.
That's why men want them.
If they wanted a woman, they would come to you.
They want a chick with a dick.
They know what they're doing. And don't believe these men when they say, I didn't know. It is 2021. There is not many trans women walking around here nowadays playing games.
You might be able to tuck your balls, but you damn sure can't tuck your dick.
No, but they're telling. It's not like back in our
so
days
these men be trying to make it
tell.
seem like they don't get it. Like I remember I used to watch Jerry Springer all the time, and these men, these trans women will come up and tell their boyfriends, "I'm a man," and they'd be like, "Well, we was in the bedroom. I didn't notice." Like, how did you not notice this big ass rod?
Well, now see,
how did you not notice that?
I know trans women that
Joseph,
to pull that off.
You can't hide a dick.
Trust me, I know trans women that have had sex with men, and men thought they were having sex in the cuckoo.
How?
And they were up in the poo-poo.
How?
Because there's a lot of them that don't get hard because of the hormones. So if it's not getting hard,
how do you explain that? That's a whole sack. You got a whole sack in a dick.
Talking about a man, honey. You ain't got to explain nothing to a man. Long as he got something to stick his dick in, he happy. Long as it's a wet, hot hole, a man is happy. Child, you could blindfold his ass and just tell him anything. And trust me, you can trick men very easily. As long as it's a hole.
There used to be this website called Thug Bait. Remember Thug Bait?
Right. As long as there's a hole or a mouth, you can trust me.
Oh, y'all, there used to be this website called Thug Bait. It was fierce. They would get straight men to come into these hotels and say, they got a prostitute or whatever. And, they would, tell the guy the only way you can have sex with her is if we blindfold you. And so they pay him. They say, we'll pay you $100 if you have sex with this girl, and you got to be blindfolded. And the guy would be in there, and he would put it in, and then he would he would get so curious because he wanted to see the girl. He would get so curious and take the blindfold off and realize that he was actually having sex with a man.
I don't condone it. I don't.
Are men that stupid?
Yes, as long as they can stick in something hot and wet.
Yeah, well, I've been told that. I've been told a man don't care if you on your period or what have you, honey.
Child, some men walk in the room and the fish stop swimming.
Yeah.
Because child, I look at
y'all men got to wake up too.
Some women,
if
honey,
you have found yourself in that position,
baby running behind them, and I'm like, who and what?
Mm-hmm.
Who
men,
and
if
what?
you have ever found yourself in that position, you ain't got nobody else to blame but yourself. See, because your mind is only on one thing. You better get your mind right.
Who and what did that?
I mean, they will wake up and they was having sex with a straight up dude, like a hard dude with a beard and everything, and be gagging. Gag Nation set right on in. I'm telling you.
I just say let people be who they are. Leave them the fuck alone. And I have to say this too. I have to say this too. Some of you gay people need to realize that everybody ain't out to get you.
Right.
Because some of y'all have families that are willing to accept you, but you don't accept yourself.
Right.
So you blame it on your family, and you are the cause. You're the reason why.
Because you inside your head.
You inside your head telling yourself, I don't want to be this way, or they don't like me because I'm this way. And that's not even the case.
Right.
They love you regardless of whatever.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
You're the one that has the problem.
Yeah. And you have to look at it from your parents' perspective too, because there are some parents out there that are afraid, and they don't want their child to live this life because they're not because they don't accept their child. They don't want their child to live this life because they're afraid of what's going to happen to their child. Because
that's not everybody.
Because no, it's not everybody. But there are some parents out there that are really concerned about their child, thinking that their child is going to be. They know their child is going to be ridiculed. They know their child is going to be teased. They know their child stands to just endure a whole lot of negativity.
But let me ask you a question: does a parent feel the same
way?
way?
Look at Dwayne Wade.
No, but let me ask you a question: does a parent feel the same way when they have a fat kid? Because the fat kid is going to go through the same thing.
Some parents do.
But they don't stop their child from being.
No,
fat.
they don't stop. No. I'm saying this for some parents. Like
no, but
some parents have to. Like
saying,
look at Dwayne Wade.
No,
Dwayne Wade has really accepted his daughter.
But Dwayne Wade also went to people that were trans, to trans women, to ask them, what is this about? He went to get counseling, and Gabrielle went to get counseling.
Magic Johnson.
How to do what they do.
Magic Johnson. He said he did not accept his son.
In there. He don't, but
he said he didn't. No, he said he didn't accept his son at first. But he said the one thing that conquered it all for him was his love for his child. He wanted his child happy, and that surpassed everything for him. He didn't care. He said he didn't care about nothing else. And as a parent, that's what you have to do. You can't care about nothing else but your child's happiness. That's what you have to. If your child comes to you and says, "Mommy, I'm gay," or something like that, you have to accept it.
And even if what
you might not have to accept it right away, but you're gonna have to accept it.
Even if what you said before is true, then what they should do is really try to protect their kid instead of adding to flame to the fuel.
Right.
Fuel to the flame.
Mm-hmm.
You so concerned about what's happening in the street, but your ass is doing the same thing when they come home.
Yeah.
So the ridicule that they get in the street, they can't even
give
get
it to
peace
them
when they get in the house.
The one place they should have peace is at home. Yeah, they should have pieces at home. We as black people, we got to change the way we thinking about this whole entire thing, because it's not going anywhere. We here to tell y'all. We here to tell y'all that 50 years later, 50 years later and 53 years later,
ain't nothing changing.
Ain't nothing changing. This ain't going nowhere. Look.
Ain't nothing, and another thing,
I got a ring on it. We got a ring on it
to be delivered from.
Ain't nothing to be delivered from. So y'all sit around and listen to Mr. Andrew Caldwell if y'all want to.
These queens and these quote unquote.
And speaking of her, honey, y'all, and for those of you that don't think she is, Miss Andrew is the biggest girl, honey. This side, the Mason-Dixon line, honey.
Like for example, quote unquote Miss Pam on Encore. All of a sudden now she's not a lesbian anymore.
Yeah.
Right? But she won't even let Aubrey touch her in the middle of no, I don't want nobody to, because when people say you're a lesbian, no, that's because you're still a lesbian.
Right.
And you don't want her to touch you, so you get feelings. Let's call it
what it is.
All y'all doing is suppressing your feelings and not acting upon what you feel you still feel. Bye.
What did Jamaican say? What did Jamaican people say? You can't change what you can't change.
Like
you can't change what you can't change.
Andrew can't go out there and do nothing because everybody's waiting for her to fuck up. So even any man she would ever be with would just boop, I had the bitch. Boop, she was in my inbox. Boop, look what I got. Because she can't do anything. Because she
can't do anything.
She would have to go to a whole nother country, child, to do whatever it is that she want to do, because everybody's waiting to
catch her. But at the same time, what y'all gonna do if y'all find out she was with a man? I'm not gonna be surprised.
It ain't gonna surprise me. But you, the other day,
she would want to. I know she's with a man. She probably with some white man child that don't
out of that video because I was ready to go in like I normally do because I read her every time. But she brought somebody in the video, right? Because now she bring randoms in. I'm so tempted one day to click the button to join her video and so I could read her for dog shit. But I said no, that wouldn't be cute because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. So this child gets on and, oh, yes, and I just want to tell you to continue your walk with God because I see great things coming from you. And I said, is this bitch watching the same bitch that I'm watching? This lying son of a bitch sitting up here now, he's a preacher and he's getting messages from God. And normally every message he gets, somebody sick.
With the shade of it
and
all.
Going to be healed. Why everybody watching you sick, bitch?
Mhm.
Why everybody sick? Gotta be healed. Why? Oh, you waiting for a money blessing? Hell, we in a pandemic. We all waiting for a money blessing, bitch.
Okay. We
So
all wait
you
for a
ain't saying
stimulus.
nothing.
Give my rubbing my check.
Child, pray for another stimulus check. How about
Right.
another 6 stimulus checks? How about that, girl? Make that happen.
Right.
Since you got a direct connection with Jesus and he talked to you so much. I'm like, I just can't.
Ooh.
Because the people that echo on, they be serious. And I'm like, what kind of God you serve, bitch? You can't serve a God that I know, because this whole fiasco in front of us is a lie. And you sitting there egging her on, oh, continue to serve God, and God is doing great things. I said, I put right in the comments, bye y'all, I can't, because he full of shit just like Andrew, and both of them need to go.
You see what the power of suggestion can do? That's what the power of suggestion can do. If you tell somebody they something, honey, they might start believing it.
No, Reese Cup, that's the bad part. Like Aubrey touched her, or Aubrey was like reaching over her, and she jerked back like,
yeah.
And she's, well, people say things, and because I partook in being a lesbian, I'm not a lesbian.
She's
anymore.
been delivered from that.
I've been delivered, another Andrew. I've been delivered from that, and I don't want anybody to say anything because she reached over you.
No, she didn't even reach over. She was just leaning on her.
She was leaning on her.
Yeah.
Now, you are the one getting the lesbian's feelings from her leaning on you, because you're like, oh, that soft skin. Oh God, I miss rubbing on a woman and feeling that and sucking on some titties. Girl, you the one that missed that. Aubrey wasn't thinking about you, bitch. Aubrey wasn't thinking about you in that way, because we all know she up. Check her records up.
Okay.
Check her receipts.
Well, y'all.
Yeah, last time I ain't never checked Aubrey to be laid up with a woman. Most of the time she laid up with some little dick white man.
Right.
And you worried about her arm being on your arm. That's because you felt that little silky soft skin, honey, and your little cuckoo started speaking to you. And the cuckoo said, ooh,
start itching, child.
Get a bitch. I bet it tastes like a snow cone on a hot summer day.
Lord Jesus.
Woo! I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. People gather around and get on your knees and uplift me right now. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Girl, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Be you, honey.
Right.
That don't mean Jesus can't work in your life. That don't mean Jesus can't give you the same whatever he giving you.
Right.
Because you look a little homely, to tell you the truth, since you became a Christian. You look a little homely.
Yes, you do.
Because you used to have banging hairstyles. Right.
You know what, them braids ain't doing it for her. But anyway, y'all, we can get out of here, child. We could have this conversation all day, but y'all need to conversate with your family members and let them know. When you see, and when guys, when y'all see stuff happening to that ain't right, I don't care what it is.
Speak on it.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Or y'all can send an email to the Kingz. If y'all see something controversial out there in the streets that we need to talk about, send it to us. You know?
I know this is a treat seeing us together.
Yes, yes. Please tune in on Saturday for the Kingz wedding anniversary. This is our 3-year wedding anniversary, guys. We have been married for 3 long years. And as Joseph says, long years. So we'll be celebrating our wedding anniversary on Saturday, the 26th. We have some other events that will be coming up that we'll let you know about as well.
And we'll be back again next Wednesday for the actual day of our wedding.
Yes, we will. We'll be celebrating our actual anniversary is on the 30th, but we figured, you guys are working during the week, and we wanted you to be able to be here because most people are off on the weekend. So,
honey, when y'all see. I can't tell him because it's a surprise. He
got some surprise, honey, I don't know about. So I'm gonna
leave. You want me to tell you?
No, I want you to tell me.
You know I'm not good with holding surprise.
No, I want you to tell me, Joseph. Please don't tell me.
I'm not. But at some point you're gonna have to know.
No, you can't tell me, Joseph.
You're gonna know before the live.
No,
you have no choice.
Oh, why?
It's something where you have no but to know before the live.
Oh, okay.
Even the person helping me was like, I say, well, he's gonna have to know. There's no other way around.
He always, y'all see.
No. The day of our anniversary.
This is one of the things I love about my. I don't care what it is. This man is always gonna do something for me. He always does something for me. That's the one thing that I love about him is that this marriage, he is for it. I don't care, and he's my rock, my best friend, my backbone. Without Joseph, I don't know where I would be. I really don't. Without you, I don't know where I would be, Joseph. But I'm excited. I'm excited about celebrating our anniversary.
Thank you, Daryl.
We're also doing an extended celebration of our anniversary in New York City. Yay! I can't wait for that. You know I can't wait for that. So we'll be doing an extended celebration of our wedding anniversary because two of the subscribers,
second birthday, Daryl.
Two of the subscribers are going to take us out for our anniversary. So we're just gonna do the town. We're gonna just do New York City, and we may go live. We may not. I don't know. It depends on them, because we don't like to invade on people's privacy. They may not.
But we will have pictures to post.
Definitely, we will have pictures. Definitely. Hey, Daryl.
And the shade, both of them are in the chat, and they normally here every day.
Yeah, both of them may need to, but neither one of them is in the chat, but they normally here every day. And so we're looking forward to that. But before we go, let's send a shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Joseph, go ahead, because you ain't shout out people, everybody that's in the chat.
Well, Reese Couple's here first.
I know Monte is here, Prince Monte.
Moore, Miss Lois, Two Mics Up is here. Monte
hey, Two Mics Up.
Patricia's here.
Hey, Patricia.
Miss Barbara is here.
Hey, Miss Barbara. Is Auntie Pee Wee here?
No.
She'll probably watch the replay.
Lawrence is here.
Hey, Lawrence.
And I said Miss Lois, right? Daryl Moore.
Hey, Daryl. Shout out to the 18.
Daryl birthday Friday.
And where's Miss Roxanne today?
No Roxanne today.
Ain't no Roxanne today. And that's about it. Tanika, don't forget Tanika.
Yes, Tanika.
Yeah, Tanika is in here. And that's about everybody. But we want to make sure that we pay homage to everybody that was in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all following us on all social media platforms. Of course, you know what those are.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And of course, right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to become part of the Kingz Kingdom, hit that join button. Now, I don't know, maybe it was a fluke, but today on my iPhone, I saw the join link on somebody's chat, but it was only his. Nobody else's that can get
the join
membership
button on an Apple device.
It never came up for nobody else. Only his.
Well, maybe they're doing something. Maybe they're trying to.
So maybe they testing it out on some people, but I did see it on.
They're doing a lot of beta testing these days. So.
This one person's thing. If you don't see it, the link will be in the description box. It's already there. But if you do see the join button, hit it and become part of the Kingz Kingdom.
Yes.
Also, make sure you check out the Kingz Boutique. For everything Kingz and Dare to be different. And when we do come back with Coffee with the Kingz, you can have Coffee with the Kingz for real.
That's right.
With our face on the mug.
That's right. Well, speaking of that, before you go any further, I'm actually working on our website. So guys, pretty soon you'll be able to go to one place where you will just put your email in and you'll be on our list, our news list, so that when we do hot topics, when we do a new show, you'll be the first to know. And also our online store, everything is going to be on this one website. So I'm working on that right now. So y'all, just be on the lookout for that. I'm planning on launching the website on the 1st of July, hopefully. If everything technical works out. Yes, please, just be mindful of the announcements that have been made. Remember, guys, we do need your financial support. For those of you that want to donate to the TheMKingz platform, please, by all means, send us a cash app at TheMKingz. It's right there where Joseph is pointing. Send us a cash app. We do need your donations very, very desperately. As y'all can see, the StreamYard logo is up there on the top because we didn't have no money to pay the StreamYard bill this month. Okay, and we might not have no money to pay the StreamYard bill next month.
And shout out to the person that got something off our anniversary wish list, which are these mics.
These brand new mics. These are top of the line, Joseph. These are Power Pro. Okay, these are top of the line microphones.
Yeah.
These are the ones that Beyonce uses, honey.
That's why I was doing ASMR before we started.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
Sure.
Yes, these are the ones that
And shout out to the
Beyonce
person
uses.
that got something else on our wish list, Jomel's little
got a little
doghouse.
doghouse and he won't go in. We tried to put him in a doghouse and he started growling
Growling
at us. He won't go in the doghouse. I don't know why he won't go in the doghouse.
He will
But-
eventually.
Yeah, he will eventually. Yeah, he will. I bet you we put it up on the bed.
I
He'll
bet
go
you
in
you
it.
put some food in there, he go in it.
If you put it up on the bed, he'll go right in it and go to sleep. And go to sleep. Excuse me. He'll go right in it. Ooh.
Get yourself together, honey.
Yes. Ooh, child, I had to clear my throat. Anyway, we get ready to get on out of here, y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all do your greatest work today and dare to be different. Do something different today, y'all. Do something that you never thought you'd do ever in your whole entire life and dare to be different. It'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel refreshed. It'll give you a brand new outlook on life. Dare to be different. All right? With that being said, we're getting on out of here. Y'all walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember,
It's T. McRae.
all damn day.
Later, y'all.
Talk to you soon.